Hey, it's Vanessa the Crafty Gemini. I post weekly how-to videos right here on my YouTube channel, and in this video tutorial, I'm teaching you how to make some cool fabric earrings using the new Brothers Scan and Cut. So the first thing you need to do is prep your fabric. I have a little scrap piece here. I just fused white solid cotton fabric to some double-sided heavyweight fusible interfacing. This stuff is really stiff, so it works perfectly for this project. And don't worry, I'll include links in the description box below on where you can purchase the materials I'm using here. So just white fabric fused to both sides, and I'm going to lay it down onto my fabric cutting mat here. Make sure that it's all stuck down nicely. There's no corners lifting up. Then you want to check your blade assembly here. Make sure that you have it set to whatever blade depth you need. I recommend playing around with it a little bit, especially when you're trying out with new thicknesses and new fabrics. Now we're going to load our mat inside the machine. Then we click on pattern. I'm going to select in the shapes here, and the machine comes with tons and tons of preloaded designs. I just selected a triangle that has rounded tips on it. And then I'm just going to go down to about 1.5 inches. You can play around with the sizes, make it any size you want. I'm checking my cut speed. I'm putting it down to 1. Cut pressure up to 5, because this is kind of thick stuff that we're working with here. And then I need to cut out 2, right? Because I want 2 earrings. So you can barely see them here, but you can see that they're highlighted. Once you click on them, you can move them and put them anywhere on the mat that you'd like. So I'm just scooting them down a little bit more so that they can make sure that they're right there on my fabric piece. Select cut and press the start button. That's all you got to do. Once it's done cutting, just hit the unload mat button, peel it back, and reveal your 2 shapes. Now you're ready to finish them off to make your pair of earrings. So now let's turn these shapes into earrings. And you can see I'm by no means a professional jewelry maker, but this is so easy anybody can do it. Here I've had some shapes. I cut out 2 diamonds of each, and to finish them off, all I've done is take some zigzag stitch and variegated thread and stitched around to secure all the raw edges. And then with the diamonds, I just stacked one on top of the other and zigzag stitch it down the middle like you see there. You can play around with all different kinds of stitches, different colored threads. This is a decorative stitch that I used off the machine. I made one be off-centered. You can make them as crazy and as funky as you'd like. And this was just a way to use white fabric and then embellish it using the thread, but you can totally use different print and colored fabrics as well. So here we have some jewelry making supplies, and this stuff is super inexpensive. You can buy enough of the little supplies, the fish hooks and the eye pins, to make like a dozen earrings like this for less than $5 for all of it. So it's really inexpensive. This big pack of fish hooks there that I got, and this can be found at any local craft store in their jewelry making department. And then I'm going to take out 2 of these little eye pins, okay? So now we're going to take our awl and poke a hole in the shape where we want the earring to hang, or where the fish hook should be going through. So turn your shape all the way around until you get it to the correct orientation of how you want it to hang. So just poke it with your stiletto or an awl and make a little hole in there. That's easy. And now I'm going to take the eye pin and slip it through there. And I like to fold it in half just because I couldn't find little shorter eye pins in this. So if you get them kind of long and you don't want it to be that long or that far hanging down from the eye hook, you can buy some shorter ones or just cut it. You can do whatever you want. Just customize it. But here I'm just going to take my little pliers and twist it around the base of the eye pin. And I'm doing this to secure it around. You can see in the close-up here how one side of it, right, the 1/2 is tied and twisted all the way around the base of the one that's sticking straight up. So this is how you want to have yours. And to attach the fish hook, it's even easier, okay? All you need to do is open up the top of the eye pin there just a little bit so there's enough space for you to slip on the fish hook, and then just go back with a pair of pliers and close it right back up. That's it. As simple as that. So by now, I hope I've convinced you to give this tutorial a try. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and hit it with that thumbs up below, share it across the different social media sites, and don't forget to click that subscribe button so you won't miss out on any of my future video tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!